Welcome back. Tonight, 3 ordinary rural settings become something else entirely. A cornfield, a farmer's market, a quiet farm, and in each one, someone or something was watching. If you enjoy psychological horror that lingers, take a second to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel grow, and it tells me you want more stories like this. Now turn the lights down. Story 1. The Cornfield Combine. He thought it would be a quiet night. His uncle needed help bringing in the last of the corn before a storm rolled in. He'd run the combine before. Long rows, heavy engine noise, nothing exciting. He arrived just before 11. The house was dark. Keys on the counter, a short note about which field to start. The far field sat a quarter-mile away, bordered by trees on one side and an old access road on the other. Midnight. The combine's headlights cut bright tunnels through the corn. For the first hour, nothing felt wrong. Then, he saw someone. A figure standing at the edge of the field near the tree line. Still. He assumed it was a neighbor cutting through. He finished the row, turned around. The figure hadn't moved. Another pass. Now it was closer. Not walking, not waving, just standing, facing him. After 1 in the morning, no one stands in a field watching farm equipment. He kept working. Each time he turned the machine around, the figure had shifted. Closer. No pattern. Always watching. At 2:30, his hands were shaking. He shut off the engine. Silence swallowed the field. Wind through stalks, distant thunder. No signal on his phone. When he turned the headlights back on, the figure stood directly in front of the combine, 30 feet away, close enough to see the coat, boots, no face. He rolled forward slowly, 10 feet away. He leaned on the horn. The figure turned calmly and walked into the corn. Not running, not rushed, just disappearing between rows. He never saw them again, but he felt watched the rest of the night. He finished the field. He never helped during harvest again, and even now, when he drives past a cornfield at night, he looks twice at the edge of the headlights, just in case someone is still standing there. If that one unsettled you, wait. Story 2. The Produce That Came Back. It was already 94 degrees by 8 in the morning. He was volunteering at a rural farmer's market, sorting donated produce, what could go to the food bank and what needed composting. Bruised peaches, soft tomatoes, wilted greens. One peach stood out, a deep thumbprint bruise on one side. He tossed it into the compost bin. Minutes later, it was back on the table. Same bruise. He frowned, threw it again. He heard it hit the bottom. 5 minutes later, it was back. No one stood near his table. He blamed the heat. By 9, the compost bin should have been half full. It was empty, completely clean. Then he noticed a man in a straw hat standing near the bins. Mid-50s, faded blue work shirt. The man didn't speak, didn't move, just stared at the bins. When he looked away for a second, the man was gone. So was the donate bin's contents. 20 pounds of produce, gone. His phone buzzed. The coordinator was running late. He kept sorting. Then the smell hit him. Rotting fruit. He looked. The compost bin was overflowing now. Everything he had thrown away earlier. And sitting on top, the peach. The man stood 50 feet away now, facing him, watching. Then he started walking forward. Not fast, not slow. He left. 2 days later, the coordinator called. Someone had turned in his volunteer shirt. He hadn't worn one. She sent a picture, a neatly folded shirt with his name written across masking tape on the front. He never went back. Sometimes when he sorts groceries at home, he feels that same quiet dread, like if he turns around, someone will be there to put it back. If you're still here, comment which story is bothering you the most. There's one more. Story 3. The Shed That Reset Itself. He agreed to watch his cousin's small organic farm for 2 weeks. 20 acres, chickens, a long gravel driveway, no close neighbors. Saturday morning, he noticed the rototiller in the shed had shifted 6 feet from where it had been. Fuel cans rearranged, seed trays moved slightly. Small things, easy to doubt. He reset everything and took a photo. Sunday morning, the rototiller sat outside in the gravel. The fuel cans were rearranged again, one seed tray placed carefully on the floor. He compared it to the photo. It wasn't in his head. Someone had been inside. That night, around 2 in the morning, he looked out the bedroom window toward the shed. For a second, he thought he saw a shape near the door. Then it was gone. The next morning, everything was back exactly as he had arranged in the photo, perfectly reset, as if whoever moved it had watched him document it and corrected the evidence. He stayed the full 2 weeks. Nothing else moved, but every night he lay awake listening for footsteps on gravel. He never saw anyone, never got proof, just the quiet certainty that someone had been there and that they wanted him to question his own memory. If you made it this far, you clearly enjoy psychological horror. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more stories that stay with you long after the video ends. Because sometimes, the scariest things, they don't chase you. They just stand there, watching.